So, what's up, my Lineage W brothers? This is Fire IQ Gaming. I will not change that name, I'm committed to it. If you're hearing a bit of background noise, that is my extremely loud computer that just seems to never be cool.
Los Angeles, California's record
temperature
is 18 degrees Fahrenheit.
Computer, stop! Isn't that awesome? Alright, so today I'm going to try to explain the magical eye. I saw a couple people talking about it over on the Lineage W Discord. And essentially, what it is. So, NCSoft treated us to this sneak peek originally back in late October with the CM tips, which is essentially, it's like a little sneak peek to whatever patch that's about to come out when the servers go down. And they only publish the patch notes as the servers go down. But the game's over a year old and we're starting to see some trends. So let's say, for instance, if we see what the temporary codex buff effect is going to be, we can also correlate that with what item it's going to be. And I mean, if you're paying attention to it, if you really want to get it, you can just buy it straight up on the market before the prices go through the roof, just due to demand just spiking, because people want to get the last few ones to get another tier unlocked on the codex for the 1 month buffs. 4 weeks actually. Anyway, what is the Magic Eye system? I'm going to be going through this real quick instead of reading it. I'm going to just basically show what this is. Okay. Alright, this is what we need to see. But let's go over here. So NCSoft last year decided to add this new Magic Eye system. And as you can see, I got level 1, level 2, and level 3 unlocked on my character. And this is because I'm level 74. So that means I've unlocked 3 tiers of it. And you get 1 tier every 5 levels starting at level 60. So I got one at level 60. I got one at 65. I got one at 70. And I'll get another one unlocked at level 75, 80, and beyond. They've added all these things. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the first level 85 get this next tier, because as you'll see, it's kind of strong. And maybe you'll understand why I chose the fire element for my stuff, and maybe you might decide something's better for your character. Let me know. But let's just get into it, essentially. As you can see here, it talks about how the magical eye has ranks, right? Well, quality magic eye, intermediate, beginner's magic eye. I have an intermediate for my first one, intermediate for my second, and a beginner's magic eye for my third one. Okay, what does all of that mean? Well, the thing about this is, when you have the same element selected, for instance, I have all fire, this starts accumulating points towards having a resonance effect, right? If you have a bunch of different elements, let's say you have one in wind and one in each of the other ones, you're not going to have enough points added to one element in order for you to actually gain those benefits. So that actually is a bit frustrating, but you know, they don't really I think they had to add some allure to it, because I mean, as you can see, I'm saving up for level 75. I got 10,000 draconic mana stones already. I still don't think that's going to be enough, because each one of these tiers, I never had enough the moment I hit that tier. So yeah, takes a lot of work. Yeah. So anyway, there's 3 different ranks you can get with these runes, essentially, right? So we'll take a look at what that does real soon. But we have 5 different types of magic eye type. And this isn't actually the elements, so this is basically the strength of the buff that you're getting. I can't show you on this client, however, I do have other clients that don't have all of their things unlocked. So in fact, let's check this one out. Perfect. So this is a level 64 elf. That's actually kind of curious how maybe it starts at level 55. Might be where you get your second one. Actually, you might just straight up unlock it at 60. But let's see. Gotta do some learning on the spot. Opens at level 50. Oh, so I was completely wrong about that. It opens at level 50. And then you get another one at 60, then 70, 75, 80. So I'm actually curious to see if they're going to give another one after 80, at 85, maybe. Because they might just update this. The highest level players right now are level 84. So this level 64 elf has 2 levels of this unlocked, and I haven't even finalized this one, which is perfect. I actually wanted to show you guys what this is. This is where the ranks are. This is the rank of the effect based on what NCSoft has determined it, and it also correlates with the rate info, which is how likely you are to get it during a reroll. Now, the way these rerolls work is you're guaranteed a random stat and a random element each time you roll. And if you want, you can lock in a stat so it doesn't get rolled again. However, there's an increase here, and I'm not pretty sure the graphics are going to be kind of bad for this. But right here it says it's going to cost me 5 Draconic Mana Stones to roll. Now, if I were to lock this in, this increases to 25. And this is essentially why it's really pricey, because you might land on a really good stat. Like, let's say, for instance, for Manifest, the most rare ones down here, the greater ones, I guess, are the best ones. There's greater, medium, lesser. Well, this is the greatest one. The 0.8512 chance. Nope, wait, there's another one right here. 0.4256. This must be the rarest one, actually. I don't think there's anything less than that. So that's essentially your different tiers now. So it's actually pretty rare. 0.42% chance, 0.43 if you're actually rounding up, to land a stat. It's all at random. And also you have a 25% chance to land on your desired element. Now the elements do matter. And this is where we're going to go down this explanation rabbit hole here that NCSoft set up. And I'm going to actually add some numbers in because they do a really bad job at doing this. But the resonance effect happens once you have a certain amount of points. And I believe when you have, like right over here, you have 2 that are highlighted or they're glowing and 1 that's not. So I'm guessing this actually counts as one second, resonance. Okay, right. So it's glowing because the resonance effect is activated. There you go. So this is what this basically means, and this is why each one of these is like a level 50, oh, this one's level 50, that's 60, 70, 75. So this character that they took this picture of is actually pretty high, because I see another tier right above that. It's level 80. Great. Resonance types. So this is what happens. Valakut decreases the target's physical defense, and it also does damage. When any of your attacks hits the target, it does damage. Now, it doesn't say it's actually fire damage, but the assumption is it is, because the animation actually does show the target getting hurt. Lind decreases the target's accuracy. Fafu decreases the target's damage reduction, and Anthras decreases the target's magical defense. So now you can see how some of these are actually, they play favorites with some classes, right? So basically, would a melee want to get decreased physical defense? Probably, because if you're beating on someone and it does proc, and you throw your stun out, probably a better chance it lands. Or if the stun was going to land, it's a longer duration roll instead of a lower one. So physical attackers, melees, Valakut is probably going to be up there. It drops targets. They're easier to hit. They're easier to land spells on. Lind decreases the target's accuracy. Maybe you're more about a survival player, and you want to make it so in a PvP scenario, at least, the person that's trying to attack you, that you're attacking, you want to drop their accuracy, so when they fight back, or if they are fighting back, they're not relying on 100% of their stats there. Fafu also decreases target's damage reduction, which might be actually pretty good too. They take more damage every time they get hit. Anthras decreases target magical defense. This is a mage one. Mages are going to want this to proc. Their spells will do more damage. They'll require less magical accuracy to hit. or to land abilities, I should say. So these are all these different effects. So essentially, down here it says the quality, Magic Eye, 3 point, intermediate is 2 points, beginners is 1 point. So there's a point system here. Now, if we're going to look over here at my main character, I have 2 points here, 2 points here, and 1 point here. So that's 5 points in fire. And what that essentially comes down to is right here, where 5 points of fire gets me Ember, Valakut, Echo. All this does is it inflicts damage on the target. I gotta get this at level 75, maybe if I'm lucky. The Anger. Anger will now inflict the same damage. However, it'll also decrease my target's physical defense by 2. And 1 extra until I have 13 points. Points 14 and 15 decreases it by 12. So I guess there is a max, and you don't get any magical eyes at 50, or if you do, that's going to be a new system they're going to introduce. So this is still going off of up to level 80. I don't know what they're going to release in the next few patches. Most likely they'll add something new. So now let's look at what Lind does. So again, you have the damage up until level 5, and then at level 6 and beyond, you decrease all accuracy by 2 or 3 beyond. So level 14 it's 10, and 15 it's 12. So when it says all accuracy, this means ranged, melee, and magical. So this is actually pretty good for quite a few different classes, actually. I would assume so. Maybe it's actually really good. Fafu. Let's see what Fafirian does. Decreases damage reduction by 7 at the end. That is 7 more damage you do to a target guaranteed every single hit. That's like having another plus 7 damage on your weapon, essentially. That's if it procs, though. The proc percentages aren't actually displayed anywhere. And then Antherus is decreases magic defense by 15. That's actually a whole tier right there. 15 is quite a bit, actually. That could be the difference between let's say 230 magical defense and 215 in Tower of Insolence first floor, let's say. 230 pretty much makes it so you're immune to the poison and you're immune to the paralyze. But 215 you can still get hit by it. It's pretty low chance, but 230 makes you immune to it. Alrighty. And these are the different levels of the tiers. This is level 50, 60, 70, 75, and level 80, Scorching. So again, if we look back here, I have Evoke, Manifest, and Augment, which is essentially these 3. Of course, the translation is going to be different from client to browser. I'm pretty used to it at this point. A lot of things have different names in the game. But essentially, I could only have gotten 1 or 2 melee damage in my first tier, which I got 1. But I got 2 accuracy, which I think is one of the more rare ones. Nope, it's right here, actually. It's pretty much guaranteed to be 2. But yeah, this is all the possible effects that you can get. And then when you get down here, you notice that, oh wait, the level 50s and 60s don't actually get some of these stats. Yep. Just like how the level 70, 75, and 80 doesn't get max HP added. They have other things being swapped around, essentially. But yeah, there's actually, when you get down here, there's stun accuracy and stun resistance down here. This is the level 75 and the level 80 augments. And these are like the rarest ones. I've literally seen streamers try to get these, and on all 3 slots, mind you. So, I mean, there's some crazy fine-tuning you can do with Magical Eye that, you know, it could really put your character over. I didn't really do much with my character, just due to the fact that I don't think it's that good of an expense on my character. So I just locked it in just so I can get a little bit extra damage, and eventually, once I hit 75, 80, I might be able to get some physical defense reduction, so my melee accuracy is less of an issue. Not that it won't be, it still is an issue, and I think it's going to be an ongoing one in this game, because that's how they gate you from areas with your level gear and passive stat gating, whatever. It's a lot of gating. But yeah, this is pretty much what it is, and I think I explained everything except for how to roll for things. So, I can't do it with this character, actually. Give me one moment. Let's see what else I got running here. No, that character doesn't... Yeah, sorry for the silence. I'm just trying to see which one of my alt characters actually has something that I can show and roll, or... It is unfortunate. They're all locked in on some stats that I do want to keep, and I can't finalize it because, well, yeah, don't have enough. But this is what they have going right now with their system currently. And if we go to Evoke, which is the level 50 unlock, you could reset this. For instance, if I were to press this, it would ask me for 50 diamonds to reset this. Now, I've done this once on my main character. What ends up happening is it wipes out all the effects that are saved and you start from scratch. You can't keep the ones that you put there. And so you have to get all... you want to get all three of the stats that you want, and all three have to be the same element all over again in order for you to be able to lock it in. Well, I guess the stats really don't matter if you just want the resonance effect, but you got to get some rare ones, right? So this counts as 2 points for me, and I got 0 currently from my manifest, just due to the fact that I haven't finished locking this in. I only have 4 stones on this character. But this is just an example character I have just to show what's going on with it. But yeah, so you can reset it for 50 diamonds no matter what level it is. And every single tier of this gets a little bit more expensive every single time. And it adds up very quick. I mean, I think re-rolling at level 70 was 250 or 225 after 1 or 2 of those lock-ins. And I've seen some streamers re-rolling when it's like 450 each roll, something like that. Like, it's kind of insane how they've set this Mana Stone system up. And they also added, of course, can't forget, let's actually show that one on the purple client. So it looks better. They've also added sets for 500 diamonds right now. You can unlock a second set of Magical Eye, which means you get the effect of one set only, but you can at least keep that one activated on your character while you try to roll on the second set to see if you can increase your stats. I mean, it's kind of nuts what they're doing with this, but they've also added sets to your spells as well. Which, if you try to add it, it wants 500 diamonds, and I think it's up to 4. But maybe it's because you want to switch to set 2 because you're farming somewhere and you don't want your auto timers on for some spells, right? This is Sura, and this is a 3-minute cooldown spell that heals my character by like 1,000 HP. But it consumes all of my souls, which is my little shield bar you see on top of my HP. Just in case you're not familiar with the class. But yeah, this is essentially what Magical Eye is. I don't know if there's any questions about it. I think I was pretty thorough. Not 100% sure. But, yep, that's the end. Let me know if you want me to explain anything else.